dailynews.com. They're also heard every hour on the station that's your easy choice. 95.9 FM WEZC. And to read the latest local news on your electronic device, including tablets, iPhones, and smartphones, go to DeWittDailyNews.com. DeWitt County's #1 source for local news is on the air, online, 24 hours a day.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guests in studio today, the students from the Central Illinois CEO program, Kaleb Forrest from Blue Ridge High School, one of our guests. Kaleb, good to see you again. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Good to hear. Thanks for coming out this morning. Audrey Toohill at Clinton High School. Audrey, good to see you again.
Yes, it's good to see you too.
For sure. And Ben Goebel, he's a junior at Clinton High School. Ben, good to see you again, my friend. How are you?
Doing good.
Thanks for coming out, guys, and talking with us and gearing up for really what the CEO program is kind of known for is the trade show, your individual businesses. It is that time of the year. Forrest, give us the when and the where on this year's trade show for Central Illinois CEO.
So this year we are at Hickory Point Mall in Forsyth, and it is from 5 to 7 o'clock on May.
Sorry, we got to shorten your mic here, my friend. Not bad. Let's try that again.
There
we go.
Our trade show is at Hickory Point Mall in Forsyth from 5 to 7 p.m. on May 6th.
On May 6th, that's coming up next week. So gearing up for it. Let's dive into our individual businesses, guys. And Ben, we'll start with you. Swing that mic closer to you and tell us about your business. What are you doing this year?
Okay, so my business is Ben Signature Seasonings. I have 6 different dry seasonings that is made for your everyday meals and in grilling and is in the kitchen. And I'm focusing on kind of being a little bit healthier. So there's no preservatives or MSGs or fillers. It's kind of just those basic ingredients.
Nice. Do we have different spice levels or different flavors, flavor profiles? What are we looking at for these 6 seasonings?
Yeah, so none of my seasonings are necessarily spicy. They're just kind of all your basic everyday use. I have SPG, which is multi-purpose. I have everything bagel. I have a classic burger blend, which is great on hamburger patties. And then I have applewood smoked rub, which is also good on grilling and a smoker. And then I also have a lemon pepper, which is great for fish and just anything. And then garlic and herb, which is another kind of just great on anything seasoning.
So how did you decide to embark on that, on food seasonings? How about that?
Yeah, so growing up, I've kind of always been interested in cooking, and I feel like my dad is always grilling and trying different seasonings, and I felt like I wanted to do a business that I was interested in, and I was interested in cooking and grilling and kind of seasonings in general. So after looking into the process, I realized it's something that I would definitely be interested in.
So talk to me a little bit about the process to get those seasonings mastered and then obviously bottled and all those things. What was that process like?
Yeah, so it started with lots of research, just figuring out there's lots of different ways to go about it. I'm just kind of figuring out what would work best with me and my schedule. So what I ended up deciding on is in Decatur, Illinois, Red Door Spice Company. It's another small local business, and I talked to her and we went back and forth and kind of figured out what I wanted my business to look like and kind of what I wanted in my seasonings. So after deciding that, I decided we and her, so she makes them in Decatur and then I just kind of work on the selling. It works that way better for me because I'm so busy, baseball, for example. I just don't really know where I'd find time to be in my kitchen mixing up spices together.
Right, sure.
So that works out perfect. So the process is she makes it for me and then I just have to sell it. So it's kind of the best of both worlds there.
That's really cool. Yeah. So how did you have to master, ratios of certain spices in these things and or different seasonings in these things? What was that like for you? Or did you just leave that all up to your business partner there?
So luckily she was able to master, she kind of understands that. So luckily I don't have to deal with that a whole lot.
Okay.
So she gets the ratios and things down, but I do a lot of work on the marketing side of it. I made the labels and I'm constantly posting on social medias and I'm just trying to get my name out there. So I do more of the marketing side of stuff.
So how do folks find your seasonings, Ben?
So I'm on both Instagram and Facebook at Ben's.signature seasoning.
Okay.
I have a Google form in my bio, and if you click it, then it just sends you to the Google form, and you can buy seasoning from there. So I try to post a couple times a week, just explaining like what my seasoning is and how it's used, and I try to make it very easy for everybody to come buy some.
Are we going to be a food influencer one day?
I just might be. Depends on how far the seasoning takes me.
That's cool. That's awesome, man. Well, so those will be on display at Trade Show next week then, correct?
Yep.
Awesome. Very good. So stop by Trade Show. That's May the 6th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Hickory Point Mall for the Central Illinois CEO program. Ben, good job, man. I love that. That's such a great idea. Swing that microphone over
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, man. Let's swing that over to Audrey Toohill. Audrey, tell me about your business. What are you doing this year?
Yeah, so my business is called The Happy Handle, and it's a custom and seasonal gift basket business
Okay.
that supports local businesses in each basket that I sell.
How does it do that?
So within the baskets, I have like pre-made ones, but then I also offer like the custom
Okay.
side. And so someone will reach out and say like, hey, my daughter's birthday is coming up. She really likes pink bows and anything trendy.
Okay.
And so maybe I'll source most of my materials at like a Target or something that has the cute trendy or whatever fits her basket.
Mhm.
But then I'll go somewhere like Country Junction or one of my local classmates, and I'll add something of theirs in the basket as well.
Gotcha. So is this something, I guess, how will you display this at the trade show? Because this seems very customizable.
Yes, it is. So at Trade Show, I plan to have a couple Mother's Day baskets, a couple graduation baskets, maybe a few other quick thrown together different sorts of baskets that you could buy there. But then I'm also offering like a DIY, put it together yourself in the moment. So I'll have like, I think the theme is going to be like a beach bag or something.
Sure.
And so I have some sunglasses, some hair clips, some sunscreen, and like a bag. I still have more stuff to get for it, but you can go through and you can pick one of each kind and put it together. And then that's just like a quick sale that you can customize it, but it's also still easy for me to bring to Trade Show.
Sure. How'd you come up with this idea?
Well, I can't take all the credit. My mom had the idea and she was like, you should do this if you don't have a better idea. And so she was the one who kind of came up with the idea of selling gift baskets. And I'm just really executing it and doing the marketing and the shopping and
Sure.
all of that.
Can people see like different varieties of gift baskets you offer? And if so, how do they find those?
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, both at The Happy Handle. And I can offer like anything that you need. Get well baskets I've done a couple birthday baskets. More than that, like I can do some seasonal stuff for Christmas when that eventually comes up again, or just like hostess baskets if you're going somewhere and you want to thank someone for that.
Yeah.
And you can DM me on either Facebook or Instagram, and we can start the process of ordering from there.
That's cool. Very nice. Do you like have partnerships in place with businesses where it's like, hey, I'm putting together this gift basket. If they want a certain, item, can I come to you for that? Like, do you have those partnerships in place, or is it just a matter of you're just patronizing those businesses? How does that work?
For the most part, I'm just patronizing. I'm going there and I'm purchasing it. But for example, Riley Fentress, she has Bella Dolce Bakery.
Okay.
And I have used her for a couple of my baskets. And at Trade Show, she will be featured in a few of them as well.
Nice. Very good. Very good. So you're promoting this on social media. Do you want to continue this beyond this year? Is this something you're hoping to pursue past your junior year?
Yes, I would like to keep it going for as long as I'm able to. Especially like going into my senior year, since I won't have CEO, it'll be something that I can just pick up and like keep going. And it's relatively simple to do.
Cool. Very good. Well, great idea. I love it. And hopefully folks stop by and see, remind me, Audrey, your business name is?
The Happy Handle.
The Happy Handle. See The Happy Handle and Audrey Toohill at the trade show May the 6th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Hickory Point Mall in Decatur. Again, our guests this morning in studio, the students from the Central Illinois CEO program. We're going to wrap up the first half of the conversation again with Kaleb Forrest at Blue Ridge High School. Kaleb, what are you doing for your individual business?
My business is called The Weather Lens, and I frame the forecast and make safety simple.
Okay.
I sell weather and nature photography prints and severe weather preparedness kits.
Oh, nice. Cool. So talk to me about the photography side of your business. What does that look like?
I've got array of products. I have 12x6 canvases, 11x14, and 8x10 prints, as well as smaller 4x6 print cards.
Okay.
And really going into what it is like doing the photography is a lot of fun, but hard work going outside in possibly severe weather.
Mhm.
Just a nice sunny day to get the perfect composition for a photo to sell.
So were you out last night chasing those storms?
I was not chasing the storms, but I was out last night when it was pouring rain.
Yeah.
And I did get a little dirty. I fell in the mud.
The consequences of the trade, right? Yeah, for sure.
It's worth it.
So tell me a little bit about your preparedness kits, your emergency weather preparedness kits. What do those look like? What are you preparing folks for?
So these weather preparedness kits help keep people safe in any severe weather scenario, especially during the spring. It comes with first aid, flashlights, other lighting sources, poncho, and then in my deluxe kit, you can get more items like emergency food and water for longevity of survival. It's really just about keeping people safe and making it affordable for the customer.
How did you come up with this idea?
I've always had a big interest in meteorology, and I really wanted to carry that passion into my business. And I feel like this was the best way to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is like talking to the weather service guys that we have on the show periodically. You've had a really good, a lot of opportunity this spring with all the weather we've had roll through. What's your favorite picture you've taken? Like, can you describe it for us?
So my favorite picture that I've taken this spring was in late March. There was a certain time when there was a storm rolling through and there were some mammatus clouds in the sky. They look like little bumps almost in the sky. And it was near sunset and a rainbow had occurred.
Oh, nice.
But because it was so close to sunset and the sun was so low on the horizon, it was actually a red rainbow, fully red. You couldn't see any other colors in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a thing. And you got the picture of that.
I got the picture of that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Can folks check out your photography? Like, do you have a Instagram or Facebook page where people can see the pictures you're taking?
Yes. So I have an Instagram page, which is at the Weather Lens Media, a Facebook page, the Weather Lens, and I have my own website, theweatherlens.com.
Nice. I'm going to ask a really dumb question for us. Do folks buy your photography and your weather preparedness kits separately?
Typically, yes.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Very good. Where do folks go for whether it's like products you're offering, those weather preparedness kits? Where do they find those, or how do they order those? How about those things?
So you can order those through my website. It's a fully up and running e-commerce site where you can buy all my varieties of prints and both of the varieties of severe weather preparedness kits after May 6th on the trade show.
After May 6th for the trade show. Very nice. Very good. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I look at the clock. Let's go ahead and take a break and come back with some more. Very good. Our guests in studio this morning, the students from the Central Illinois CEO program. We'll talk more with them coming up on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Closing numbers on this Monday, Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network. Corn, beans, and Chicago wheat all finishing the day higher. May corn closing 460 3/4, up 5 3/4. July corn up 5 3/4, 469 1/4, and December new crop 489 1/2, up 5 1/4. May beans closing 1177 1/4, up 13 1/2. July beans up 13 1/2, 1192, and November new crop 1165 3/4, up a dime. May Chicago wheat 621 1/2, up 13 1/4. May KC wheat up 8 1/4, 667 1/4. May bean meal up 950, 333.80. May bean oil 72.26, up 35 cents. Livestock trade, April feeders up 295, 370.57. April live cattle up 212, 240.42. May lean hogs up 7 cents, 94.37. Energy market, June Brent crude oil up 313, 108.46.
This is Inside.
Spring is in the air, so it's time to choose your new Silverado.
This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Farmer City. We have a good selection of new Silverados with springtime savings and special finance rates. Choose from regular cabs, double cabs, or crew cabs in gas or diesel. We're also allowing extra money for your trade on all new Silverados this month. Silverado, together let's drive. See all our inventory at bombchevybuick.com right from the start.
Here's Matt Hart, owner of the Hart Media Group in Clinton, talking about continuing to serve the community through new ownership.
Things came together and we reached an agreement to purchase. And as you mentioned, we closed August the 1st. So that's August the 1st. Miller Media Group is now Hart Media Group. And we're continuing to serve the people of Clinton and DeWitt County and Monticello and Bloomington and Decatur and everywhere, because we'll just keep connecting people as we've been doing.
The Hart Media Group looks forward to continuing to serve the community for years to come.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guests in studio today, the students from the Central Illinois CEO program, promoting their trade show coming up May 6th. From 5 to 7 p.m. at Hickory Point Mall in Forsyth. Join them for that right around the corner. We've talked about their individual businesses. And now I want to start, Ben, with you. Sorry about that. Tell me, what are some of the lessons about starting a business, maintaining a business? What are some of the lessons you've learned in this journey you're on?
Yeah, so I've learned a lot of great lessons from a lot of great business owners throughout Central Illinois. And I think the biggest takeaway I've had overall was probably just that, like, trying to think of the way to put it here. Just like resources are great. Like, so many people are like willing to help you and like give you advice, but like just don't be afraid to reach out to them.
Yeah.
Because people are like more helpful and like less scary than I think a lot of people keep in their mind.
Yeah.
So like just like reach out to them and ask questions and receive help. And just like allow people to mentor you, because people want to help. You just gotta like let them.
Yeah. I think if I was starting a business, my biggest thing would be someone's not going to help me. I would be their competition. Why would they want to see me improve my business and potentially take away from what they're doing? But like you said, it's the business community can oftentimes be a very friendly place. In that being resourceful lesson. What were like early on? What were some of the first steps you took to being resourceful? Like, what was a turning point for you where it was like, oh wow, someone really does want to help me and see me succeed? Like, was there an individual or was there an experience where you were like, yeah, this is a real thing. People want to see me succeed.
Yeah. So since the beginning of the year, Melanie has always kind of pushed us to like expand your network and meet new people and like create contacts. But the first time I like actually kind of fell through with it was when we were doing group business. And I reached out to one of I was collecting sponsorships for the event, and I reached out to a board member. His name is Kim, and I just reached out to him. I was like, do you know anybody like they could sponsor me? So I met with coffee with him, and we talked for like an hour, and he just gave me all these resources to like ask people for sponsorships, and it ended up being really successful. We had a lot of sponsorships for the event, and I owe it to him, but less everybody, because I asked around a lot of people for like, who should I ask? Who would sponsor us? And without that, I don't think we would have had as much sponsorship. So I think that was kind of the beginning. And I was like, okay, well, like people want to help me.
Sure. And it's one of those things, you do it once, it gets easier after that. Very nice. Swing that microphone over to Audrey. Audrey, tell me a little bit about some of the lessons you've taken away about starting a business, maintaining a business along your journey.
Yeah. I mean, I have such an appreciation for business owners after this class because there is so much work that has to go into your business. I would say the biggest takeaway I have is just I'm amazed at the time management of you have to balance like social media marketing, the actual business part, the financials. And again, like piggybacking off of Ben, a lot of people are there to help you succeed. And it's just a great community to be in.
What were, like, in your mind, you were like, gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Was there a one or two things where you saw them as, like, I don't know, roadblocks? That's probably not the right word, but
Yes,
were there
yeah.
roadblocks you saw in your mind that's like, I don't know if I can overcome this, or I don't know if I can do this? What were some of those for you?
So I'm pretty creative. So the whole like putting together the basket, the marketing thing, that comes super easy to me. But the whole like financials and monetary part is just like, it's not even difficult. It's just so time consuming that I like just get so bored of it. So it's like a real mental like hurdle for me to be like, I have to work on updating my spreadsheets and my reimbursement forms and things like that.
Totally. Turn that over to, or let's swing our attention to Kaleb. Kaleb, tell me a little bit about just your experience, the lessons you've taken away in your journey in all of this.
I feel like the most valuable thing was the learning process and the growing process that CEO has given me, to create my business and to do the group business as well. Learning, primarily the financials aspect of it was amazing. And, going out there and communicating, doing the marketing. I mean, really everything that you need to know about a business, CEO has helped me grow those traits.
And I want to ask all of you this question. I hope I have the time for it very quickly. Where have you seen yourself grow the most, Kaleb?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I feel like this right now, the communication, marketing of businesses, and really just speaking with people.
Sure. How about you, Audrey? Where have you seen yourself grow the most?
My time management, I would say. I have gotten better about balancing everything because of CEO.
Very nice. Ben, how about yourself? Where have you seen yourself grow the most in this process?
Kaleb kind of said it. I would say the biggest thing is just my communication and like how comfortable I am meeting with people. Like a year ago, I would be pretty scared to be in front of this microphone right now, and I feel pretty confident right now.
Yeah, awesome, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, one last time, swing it over to Audrey. Audrey, tell us trade show, the when, the where, how folks get information.
Yes, so our Central Illinois CEO trade show is May 6th from 5 to 7 at the Hickory Point Mall in Forsyth, Illinois.
All right, very good. And all you and your classmates are going to be there.
Yes, all 15 of us and all 15 of our businesses.
Awesome, very good. Come check them out again. That's May the 6th. That's a Wednesday, 5 to 7 p.m. Hickory Point Mall in Forsyth. Guys, great job. Best of luck with trade show, and hopefully we see you there. Again, that is Ben Goebel. That is Audrey Toohill and Kaleb Forrest with the Central Illinois CEO program, our guests in studio here this morning. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news comes your way next on the WHOW Morning Show. Catch highlights of our interviews again at Facebook and YouTube. You can replay our interviews and our live streams there as well. That's WHOW on Facebook and YouTube. Network news comes your way now.
WHOW.
The Big 1520 WHOW Clinton, along with 92.3 FM Clinton and 106.5 FM